G'day everyone and welcome to this, my video on logarithms for the Year 11 General Maths course. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. My name is Darren from Maths Guru. Yes, my little corner of the interweb where you can basically watch all of these videos for the whole General Maths course. In fact, any course in Australia, to be honest with you. And don't worry, if you're not in Australia, it is as useful in the United Kingdom, the United States, and every other country in the world, because maths is pretty much a constant. What am I going to be looking at today? I'm going to understand what a logarithm is. Well, I mean, I already know what a logarithm is. You're going to hopefully understand by the end of it, or this is going to be a pretty lame video. Understand why we need to use logarithms, how to do it on your CAS, do logarithmic transformations. Whoa. And understand what it means to be an order of magnitude. That sounds a lot, doesn't it? It does indeed. Now, logarithms will probably be a fairly new concept to you guys. If you said it to your parents, however, they'd probably go, ooh. And if you say it to your grandparents, they'd probably run screaming from the room, because logarithms, when they were young, was very, very hard because they had tables they had to use. But nowadays, we have a CAS calculator, at least here in Victoria, to make life a lot easier. Logarithms are used in both general maths. I know I said further maths there. This slide is apparently quite old now because we renamed further maths to general maths. And methods, right? Understanding what a log is actually really important. Understanding how to do it is actually even more important. Now, what is a log? I could not help myself with that little picture there. It's old, but they're logs, but not the logs we are going to be dealing with. Now, basically, logs in maths are a way of making really big numbers into much smaller numbers, because if we were to try and, I don't know, do a scale from the number, let's say 1 to 10 million, and you were going to try and plot that on a scale, it would be fairly massive, wouldn't it? Yes? And what about if all of your numbers, or many of your numbers that you were dealing with, were in the range of, say, 1 to 1,000, and then we had these few numbers over in 10 million and stuff? Not very easy to plot on a graph, not unless you're going to draw a really big graph. So we have a beautiful system that helps us turn really big numbers into really small numbers. Now, the way to do this is, let's imagine the numbers I've got here. So we've got the numbers 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, and we'll just do 100,000. I could keep going on, but we'll be there to infinity and beyond. So these are what I would call my standard numbers, right? My base 10 numbers. If I was to write those using powers or power notation, let's see what actually happens. So change my pen color. That we now know, well, let's start there. 100 is the same as 10 squared, because that's 10 times 10. 1,000 is the same as 10 cubed. That is 10 to the power of 4, 10 to the power of 5, and so we go on. Now, using that idea and seeing that there is a pattern that is 5, 4, 3, 2, we are fairly sure, therefore, that that would be 10 to the power of 1, and therefore that must be 10 to the power of 0. Now, we already know that because undoubtedly somewhere in year 10, somebody was like, anything to the power of 0 is always 1. And there's lots of reasons why that is the case, but here is one shown for you there. Okay, so that's my powers of 10. So they're my powers. Now, logarithms, believe it or not, are just the floaty numbers. Logs are saying, how do we express numbers to a power of 10? So if I was now going to say, well, okay, let's change to orange, a gross color, but we'll give it a go anyway. Yeah? Then we would say that the standard number of 1 would have a log value of 0, simply because 10 to the power of 0 is 1. The standard number of 10 would have a log number of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so it goes on. So actually, whatever this floaty number is here is basically my log number of the standard. Yes, so that's the shortcut. Another way of thinking about it, and we need to be a bit careful here, is how many zeros do you see? 1. How many zeros do you see? 2. How many zeros do you see? 3. How many zeros do you see? 4. How many zeros do you see? None. And that's a nice way of doing it. Now, we need to be very careful here, because logarithmic scale is actually not linear. It doesn't go up in a straight line. So, for example, if I wanted to say what is the number 5, the log would not be 0.5. It would not be 0.5. It doesn't work that way. Logarithms only, we got calculators to help us do that way. So let's rub that out. He says highlighting it. Let's rub that out. Let's rub that out.